Well, I'm joined in studio by Nina de Toit Saunders. She's from Friends of Sharpeville right now. Thanks very much for joining us, Nina. Just tell us what Friends of Sharpeville is all about.
It's my pleasure to be here, and if I can just greet in the spirit of non-violence and in the spirit of no racism, and say good morning and goeiemorgen, sawubona, dumelang, sanibonani, abusheni and dimachoroni, eet me bra, who's it met jou daar, and then also for people who use sign language. Friends of Sharpeville is a platform under the Sharpeville 2020 vision, which allows people from all walks of life across our country and internationally to contribute where they feel they may to the development of a specific community. In this case, it's Sharpeville.
So in relation to the Gandhi commemoration, what is it that you guys are doing?
What we are doing is we're following on the history of Gandhi, as you've seen. And we had relations with Gandhi, Arun Gandhi, the grandson of Mahatma Gandhi, since 1993 in SABC when he came out, and he did work in non-violent workshops pre our new democracy with the various youth cadres at that time. Very valuable work which saw a contribution to peace, a peaceful transition into democracy. That is now being followed up because he's bringing tours through, and Sharpeville being the home of such terrible trauma in our history on the 21st of March 1960 is a very good place for him to link in with the philosophy that he keeps alive. And it's something that we all have an interest in.
So what sort of programs do you run, and how do you enhance the communities that you're interested in?
Well, currently, Sharpeville is running a program under the banner Sharpeville Vision 2020. Energized people who are taking charge of their own lives and their community, doing cleanup campaigns, looking at doing research in hand with the university there, and looking at rejuvenating and bringing energy and economic transformation to the community. And a very important part of that is obviously tourism. Tourism, education, and then as a country we are all battling with issues on racism. And it's manifested in schools, it's manifested in universities and in workplaces. So we're working towards establishing a center for non-violence, liberation and consciousness in Sharpeville.
So moving away from Sharpeville and just looking at the broader country, like you say, issues of racism are really coming up, and violence is really, really bad, particularly against women and children. Exactly. You know, do you have views on what the country as a whole could be better doing to resolve these issues?
Well, I think it's a heartache that we always wait for violence and then come along with non-violent strategies. That these are things that should be taught proactively and as a matter of course from a school level, so that it is ingrained in people that there are other ways in which we can deal with conflict, in which we can deal with differences, and that we can find ways in which to celebrate diversity. So I believe that programs are essential, and the actual training of people in this way of thinking. We can't just assume. After 1994, everybody was very happy. We had the Rainbow Nation. We had everybody joyous. And then somehow that whole picture slipped because the focus was then on other issues. And of course, people being people, it will surface again. And it is a continuous program. It can never be a one-off. Our children are very good at this. It is as we grow older that communities and societies culture people in a specific way of thinking. So to have these types of programs run not only for the communities around South Africa, but into Africa. We have wonderful stories that are not being told to the world, and that should be put under this umbrella of liberation, consciousness, non-violence, because it's not that we only act violently. It's just that there's much more evidence of the violence and attention to the violence. to counter that would be wonderful.
It would be indeed. I love your passion in your work. Thank you very much, Nina, for your time. That was Nina du Toit Saunders. She's from the Friends of Sharpeville.